Prologue. Jonah Cook stood in the shadows of the alley. His black skin, usually a beacon in the streets, allowed him to blend in with the dark. A wet hack shook through his body. Turning his head, he spat out the bloody phlegm with a curse to the damp English weather. He missed the heat of his beloved Africa, something he hadn't experienced in over 20 years. Cursed to be here, serving little men and their little schemes. At least he was free, unlike those first few years. Well, as free as a black man could be in this land. The thought brought a sneer to his face. Soon it wouldn't matter. If his true master's plan came to fruition, then Jonah Cook would not only discard this broken-down shell, but would bring the English Empire to its knees. The thought warmed his tired old bones. To see the monstrosity pay for its crimes against the world would be well enough, but Cook had a personal vendetta with the Crown. A reckoning was coming, and Cook's chest swelled in pride as the chosen tool for such an undertaking. But first, I need a new body. Cook turned his attention to the house across the way. It stood alone behind a large wrought-iron fence, with the nearest neighbour a good 20 feet away. As if they understood the forces the homeowners dealt with. Of course, one would have to be a fool or returned from the grave to not know England's most noted spiritualists, the Whitlocks. Their notoriety helped make Cook's deception much easier to set his master's plan in motion. He carefully placed whispered tales in the right ears, floating the necessary information to position tonight's players correctly on the board. Cook rubbed his hands together, in anticipation of the plan moving forward. Another coughing fit racked his body, filling his mouth with more bloody phlegm. Would his body make it to the exchange? He prayed his master gave him enough time. Tonight's activities required much, and Cook was aware his resources were quickly being consumed. He shook his head. His master wouldn't abandon him this close to the striking blow. The Empire, no, the world, would soon be kneeling. Movement caught Cook's attention. A man stepped past the Whitlock's iron gate and stepped towards the front door. A man who should not be there. Cook ground his teeth in frustration. Now was not the time for unexpected factors to be introduced to the gathering he worked so hard to set up. Yet there was one entering the house. Ephraim Godwin. Gentleman, decorated veteran, and noted spiritualist skeptic.